Hello everyone, this is Zone Wall Street with thetradersperspective.com. I'm taking a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. It's been a hell of a week for the markets. Prices have broken above my downtrend lines, as I was noting before. Price on the Dow did in fact bounce off 20,400. We had that French elections situation. We had the gap up overnight and another gap the following day, and then here we are in absolutely la la land. In my honest opinion, this is all fantasy. I don't believe this is as strong of a move as the markets will lead you to believe. I've seen enough reports where there are enough bearish um, investment firms and hedge funds, or at least I saw an article, it was like 83% of the firms out there that manage money believe that markets are overpriced. Well, again, we are bouncing to levels that are just absolutely insane. But regardless of the fact, let me go ahead and do this analysis for you. So here is where the Dow's all-time high was at around 21,157, just shy of, I believe, 22,000. So a little bit higher than that. I like to use the wicks as the tops, and in other cases on further out time frames, I will use a little bit lower depending upon where the most price action resides to use it as a better average area of resistance. Anyway, so getting back to the analysis here, we had a breakout of this downtrend line here, and we saw a day where prices looked like they were going to proceed higher, and we saw some selling pressure come in. So jumping down to the lower time frames, we're going to see a test of this downtrend line 100%. No doubt about it. It depends on how fast we see it, but it looks like we are already in the process of doing so. So this test is now in motion as far as I'm concerned. I can drop down to the lower time frames to confirm for you. And so my moving averages on the 30-minute time frame have already confirmed we have a sell. So price in fact didn't close lower, and well, yep. And so we are heading down towards this 50 period simple moving average on my 30-minute time frame, which is 50% of this channel. So again, or I'm sorry, this gap right here. And so after we close this, the next level would be this 200 period simple moving average. Again, I imagine we break it, no problem, and go back further down. So it's all a matter of, your perspective. If you think we're going to go higher without filling these gaps, that's your call. But in my honest opinion, just looking at this price action, I think we have an exhaustive gap, double exhaustive gap breakout, and we will be coming back down with a vengeance. I still see further downside. My moving averages here on the weekly time frame still show bullish, which is good for the near term at least. Daily time frame, we have a confirmed buy signal here, as well as we are now above the 50 period simple moving average on the daily time frame once again. So that again will be the test level of this downtrend line. And I do believe into the end of the week, we're going to see prices continue to drift lower on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm going to go ahead and load the Nasdaq for you at this time. So this is the Nasdaq, and I just wanted to zoom out to show you guys that we are in uncharted territory, record highs for the Nasdaq Composite, and this peak right here is, you guessed it, the peak of the 1999-2000 tech bubble crash, and we spent quite a bit of time here, as you can see, and we managed to drive ahead and go higher. Uh, those of you that know me personally know that I believe that the markets are in complete la la land. Regardless of the fact of my opinion, I'll hold that to myself, given that I just expressed that a little bit to you. Let me drop down so we can see what happened over the past few days. Dropping down to the daily time frame and zooming in. Here's the range that we were locked under, and I believe from some of my previous videos I mentioned that this 5770 level was the level to be tested. We did not even make it there. We got back above the 50 period simple moving average denoted here by this black line, and we have a buy signal generated here, and Nasdaq has broken into uncharted territories with two gap ups. And honestly, I don't believe these levels are going to hold much longer. Same thing with the Dow. Just I don't see how we could possibly support these levels here. We are definitely going to come back down probably towards the end of the week. We'll close these gaps between here and here. Looking at this 4-hour time frame, I'll zoom down for you just a little bit. You can get a better idea of what I'm looking at. Buy signal was generated here. If you had bought here, you'd have been in business. Price did in fact gap up twice, and now we are going to come back at least in the Friday to come down to 59.69 area, and then on to close and test this level here at around 59.20. Let me go ahead and load up the S&P 500 for you. Okay, and here's the S&P 500 on the daily time frame. Again, we have the same situation where we had this downward trend and we had price break below, test and fail numerous of times this 50 period simple moving average. And then we had the gap up above this trend line. We had two gap ups, and then we have this big upper wick, and I believe we will continue down. So overall, in my opinion, as far as where to forecast the market into Friday, we're definitely going to be going down and to test and close these gaps, and this 50 period simple moving average here on the S&P and then as well on the Dow Jones Industrial Average will get tested. So if you're short, now's the time to make your move, I believe. I'll drop down on the 4-hour time frame just to give you a better idea of what we're looking at. We had a complete engulfing, and it looks like we're going to overtake the second candle no problem. At minimum, we're going to be heading down to this 2372 level and then onwards to 2360. So if you're long, take your profits. Make sure that if you're short, you have your stop losses set. Risk management is the key. My forecast over the next few sessions will be for the U.S. markets to kind of relax and sell off into the weekend as we have these geopolitical crises which are in play, such as Korea. Again, I'm on Wall Street. This has been a presentation of the U.S. Main stock markets, Dow Jones Industrial Average, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on Sunday.